No. Gary had Garrick Higo.
Oh, jeez. I want to be able to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that in my face.
Oh, right.
As we're like looking at each other, I'm like,
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be...
let's see. I think we're good. Yep. Sweet. We have all the things that we need. I might do this too. So I don't have to like reach over and shit. Click a little easier. I'm not bringing any other things up.
Whoa. Look at that.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looked pretty good. I'll scoot over a touch.
That's not bad.
Oh, I did this for the trophy.
Yeah.
I just put the Smylin and shank up
Okay, I like that, yeah.
rather than the actual trophy. A little cleaner,
Yeah.
shall we? Make sure my phone's off.
All right, yeah. Well, I always have mine on silent anyway.
I know, but I have an alarm set, and I don't know what time it was set for. So you're gonna have a bad time.
You don't want a pizza when you're supposed to French fry.
What do you got? You got skiing jokes?
Yeah, that's a ski. That's a little. Yeah, it's a skiing joke.
And we're going. We're rolling.
Okay, we're back.
Our 4 cents, 15.
15th episode, yeah.
Forecasters.
Yes, he's been practicing.
That's right. I wrote it down and everything.
That's good. Yeah, good for you. You know what? I actually practiced this past week too.
Practice golf?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
good for
first
you.
time. First time of the season.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
And I might.
stuff.
You know what? I might make a habit out of it. It was kind of fun.
Where'd you practice?
I went to the chipping green up at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short game.
Yeah. You know what? I actually went out to play a quick 9 holes before dinner, and I had these like two couples in front of me. And I thought to myself, oh, maybe I can go up to another hole and start there. But there was like a league out there. I just said to myself, screw it. You know, I'm gonna practice. Yeah. So, you know, I got 8 balls. I think we're sitting in the bag, and I just chipped around for a little bit over an hour. You know, just
Perfect.
making targets,
Yeah.
and doing that kind of stuff. And, you know, it was fun.
Oh, so I have a question.
Sure. I'm Andy, by the way.
I'm Zach.
Hey, yeah, welcome back to Our 4 Cents. For any of our new listeners, we should mention our format here. We like to talk about the PGA Tour, and we like to goof around a little bit. So,
Yeah. Last week's event.
Yeah,
Something random, and then next week's event.
yeah. And next week we got the U.S. Open, so we are looking forward to previewing that one.
It's gonna be good.
Yes.
All right. So
but
anyway,
getting back to your question.
yeah. So we're doing rounds. So this
Right.
is round 15.
Correct. Yeah.
And
Just to make it more golf oriented.
right.
Yeah.
So at the end of this golf season, do we start and go like season 2, round 1,
Oh.
or do we just go as many rounds as we could go?
Oh, probably just as many as you can go.
Yeah.
That would be my vote. But like,
If we could get to like
I see the season 2 kind of aspect as well,
right. It's good.
because we're gonna have to not do this for a while when there's nothing being played.
I mean, there might be some random shit going on.
Sure,
but-
yeah, but well, I mean, we can do just like little micro rounds,
Yeah.
which is cool. That's
Yeah.
fine with me.
All
But
right. I just thought it was interesting. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, I wonder if we should.
no, we
do-
just got to get that number as big as we can. So
Yeah.
if you do seasons, then you know you're only going to
Yeah.
do
52 at most.
at most, yeah, right.
That's if we make it a whole year.
Whew, yeah, that would be something.
All right.
so
anyway.
so we had the inaugural Palmetto.
At Congregate.
At Congregate, and I say inaugural, but we don't know if it'll ever happen again. So it may just be the only inundation of that.
Right, and that was one of the things I was thinking about was like, if you're gonna have an event once, like I would want a crazy trophy, a crazy jacket.
Crazy atmosphere and that kind of stuff.
I mean, I don't care about the atmosphere. I just want I want it to be memorable
Oh, sure.
for just like the randomness of the shit you're giving out.
Yeah, the trophy did seem kind of strange. I don't know if you saw it, but it was
It's
like
like a house.
It was like a schoolhouse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Which is cool. It's nice.
it's a little different. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it was memorable for a couple people. Chesson in a bad way, and
Yeah,
then
I mean
Garrick Higo.
yeah, Garrick Higo or
Higo,
or
I don't know.
I don't know. It's yeah. There's a couple young South Africans in the field that were doing really well. Came out of nowhere to win that. I mean, I didn't see it happen
Yeah,
because
it seemed really random. Like my perspective, I was like, man, where the hell did that guy come from?
right, yeah. He and Niambar,
Mm-hmm.
Wilco was that guy's first name. So there's two young South Africans
Yeah.
that were in there, and they'll both be in the U.S. Open next week too.
Oh, and we're Chesson Headley.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about Crumbulation, and he just had the strongest display of crumbling.
I mean, he shot 4 over on Sunday.
Yeah, well,
He could have shot 2 over. And
he
won.
he finished bogey on 16, 17, 18.
That hurts.
It
man.
can't happen.
No, that
Like
hurts.
he opened up the day. I think he went par and then bogey on 2-3, and I thought to myself, "Oh, is this going to happen again? Are we going to get another crumb job?" And he birdies right after the second bogey, so he's kind of righting the ship a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But just at the end there, 16, 17, 18. I wish I had seen it, but I was out playing,
Yeah.
so I missed it.
It was not.
But yeah, that's
not good.
yeah, and I like Chesson Hadley too. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's got that snap when he makes a nice
It's the finisher
bird.
move. That was we were talking about finisher
Oh,
moves.
yeah.
And I didn't know that was who it was. And then I
Okay.
saw him do it. I was like, oh my god, that's the guy.
Yeah,
He's the guy that does the thing.
he's the guy. Yeah, so I can't do. People can't do it. You can do it, I guess.
Booyakasha.
That's weird. Yeah.
There, give it a little sound bite.
Oh yeah, there it is. It's a weird little snap. But yeah, it's funny seeing him do it. And his interviews are good. He's just he's a funny
Pretty honest
character.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's like an honest player. Yeah, so it was a shame to see him crumble, or not see him, but find out about that happening.
Yeah. He had a couple extra crumbs on his shirt after that round
Yeah.
because that was not good. But Garrick Higo, the lefty.
Was he a lefty?
Yeah.
How did I not even notice that?
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, they weren't showing him a lot
No, he
leading
probably
up to that because
just-
I watched Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, and he wasn't really a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I saw his name and I thought that's a weird name. Let's see what this guy's got. But I didn't even retain that he was a lefty because there was just a lot of righties in the field. I saw them
Yeah.
too.
Oh, and how'd your pick do?
My pick. Oh God, did I miss the cut?
Yeah.
I know the formula to Brooks Koepka. I've talked about it.
Everyone
How many
knows it.
times? Doesn't give a shit if it's not a major.
Right.
I should be picking him this coming week rather than what I just did. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah. Well, you know what happened? I thought about how he won the Waste Management Phoenix Open.
Mm-hmm. Just happened to happen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know what happened there.
I think he stumbled into it, didn't even intend on.
I mean, this would have
winning
been a
that.
perfect one to stumble into.
Yeah. Oh my God, because it was there.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that hard of a course on Sunday from what the commentators were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who's up 4 going in just makes a mess out of the back. Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah, rough to watch.
But,
Or not watch.
But I'm back, by the way.
You are back.
I took a week off.
Terrell Hatton, is that right?
Yeah.
You had 3 eagles on Saturday, I think.
God, that was good.
Yeah, if you're gonna be around for moving day, that is how you do some movement.
Back to back.
Right.
Two-
Yeah.
on the
Two-
back nine,
Yeah,
we
2
were-
twos. Yeah, one was a drivable par 4 that he.
He hit in the right, like, wispy stuff,
Yeah.
and he just, like, basically dunked it.
Okay.
And then the next hole, he got one in from, like, 107 yards out or something.
Oh, baby.
So they weren't even... It wasn't, like, the drivable par 4 one that he just got. He
Yeah.
didn't drive it. He drove, like, maybe pin high around that, but he still had a really tough shot to get it in.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah.
Both of them were.
They would
both
have to,
his-
if they're eagles. It's very rarely an eagle or an easy eagle.
True. That is true.
Like the tap in.
What'd you think of the course?
I liked it. It was very South Carolina.
Yeah.
We're finally at the end of the South Carolina swing. They rarely host
Anything?
events, and they have 4 this season.
This one was obviously just thrown in there. It wasn't really.
It wasn't planned ahed of time, but yes,
Right.
but it was. Yeah, they got to have another one, and you can see how sandy it was. Like they're hitting out of the fairway and
What did we say?
a splash of sand. This was a Tom Fazio, yeah.
And like when I played number 8, which is a Pinehurst number 8, I remember that one being super sand, like just sand everywhere.
Yeah, they were.
It's just like, screw it, just put more sand.
Yeah,
Like I don't know what should we do over here?
they were mentioning
sand.
Pinehurst a lot. Yeah, so
Just throw more sand around. Like if you don't, that's another course where it's like if you don't like playing out of sand,
yeah,
don't go there.
Yeah, you don't want to be there.
You're
Yeah, but you're hitting out of the sand in the fairway. Even like I
it's
would.
just sand everywhere.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's like the soil that they have. And then, well, I like how they just go with sandy areas rather than bunkers. They're just like, all right, we don't need any trouble. Let's just
Yeah, I like
call it that. You can take a practice swing out of it, and it's fine.
I like when they make, not that they make, but a lot of players are 20, 30 yards off the green putting regularly.
Sure.
There weren't a lot of chip shots there. It was a lot of putts. I mean, that looked pristine though.
Yeah,
That
well,
golf
they
course.
wanted to look really good because they're trying to get the President's Cup to be held there.
Yeah, they're trying to get some events there.
Yeah, so they probably just did as much as they possibly could. And one thing I noticed that probably isn't going to help their cause is that with there being a handful of drivable par fours, there was a lot of waiting on tee boxes.
Yeah.
I think I saw a situation where there was two groups standing on the tee box together. You know, one waiting and the other one was just behind them, and they were already there. So that might be an issue.
Because the one was 15.
Although when it's President's Cups, you don't have as large of a field,
True.
and they can be staggered a lot better.
And it's match play.
It's match play, so yeah, that situation won't arise as readily as.
Yeah, and I know they
as
were
we
doing
just
it
saw.
on 15 because that was a little bit more of an important hole in the round.
Uh huh.
Because that was a drivable par 4, and that was the one that Hatton eagled.
Okay. Oh, that he went. Yeah, 15, 16, he went eagle. Yeah.
And so I think a lot of in the later like Saturday Sunday they were doing a lot of the group on the green would just wave them up. They would tee off.
Yeah, that's more of a standard thing.
Yeah, which was good. I thought it was interesting. I thought the course looked really good. I mean, like you
it
said,
certainly
very
did.
standard like Carolina type course.
Right.
Got those tall pines.
Yeah, and they're known for their golf in the Carolinas, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing when you hear that.
And it looked like one of the better ones too.
Uh huh.
You know, like it wasn't like it's okay. It looks like a nice course. All right.
Right.
It looked pristine,
Yeah.
which was cool.
Yeah, which is what like Torrey Pines will look like next week.
We're not there yet.
Oh,
Calm
let's just get there. Are we done with the Palmetto yet?
Uh,
What else do you have for it?
no, I think I'm good. What do we got? Worst score.
Oh yeah, we can't get out of this segment before we do the worst scores.
Yeah.
Smiley Kaufman. That's a good name for
Yeah, it's just a good name in general.
yeah. And for someone who should be upset. You should be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's wrong? Why the long face, Smiley?" Like it's
oh,
it's a nice oxymoron, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure he gets into. I bet you he gets just enough of it.
Smiley, why the long face is such a good question,
Mm-hmm.
but he's probably over it by now. And then another good name for
Well, and so side note, Smiley's actually his middle name.
is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Carter's his first name. And he did win the Shriners in 2015. So he's like, he was real big 2015, 2016.
I remember the name, yeah. You haven't been seeing it much though
No.
lately.
No, obviously we know why.
Right. Oh yeah, because he's shooting 21 over
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Yeah. But he was also the first athlete signed with Natty Light.
Oh right, yeah, because he was boozing. He was a booze
He was
hound, I
part
think.
of that spring break crew, I think.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. It was
I
like
think
Bubba Watson.
No,
was
no. I'm talking like the Spieth, JT,
Ricky
Ricky, and him.
and Smiley. Oh yeah. Okay.
I think that was the group.
Yeah, they were going around they were playing like on a beach or like I don't know.
Yeah. Shirtless.
Yeah, they were like
Like
on a
straw
course like playing in their bathing suits or something like
Yeah.
that, and they were just having a fun time.
Right.
Smiley was a part of that.
Yeah.
That jogs my memory. I think you're right about that.
Drinking too much of that nasty natty. But, good for him. He's hung out with Justin Timberlake at least once.
So what does that mean?
I don't know because he won the Shriners. That's JT's tournament.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's his tournament.
That's I didn't understand where you were going with that.
Yeah, that was it.
Um,
Drinking that natty. Ugh,
Yeah, I know.
that's not good.
That's all right. Now our weekend worst was it Adam Shank?
Adam Schenk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good name for a golfer.
Yeah, like you don't even have to add anything to be like, oh, you got the worst score. It's like, I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah. just you call him his name, and there you go. Shankopotamus. That's what you gotta. That's what you want to say.
When I was also thinking how much he would have to overcome in his life to become a professional golfer with that last name.
Oh yeah, that's good motivation.
I guess. I don't know. Like I feel like every time he like has a bad round, people are like, "Oh, Shank."
They would have to. Yeah, it's too easy of a joke.
Right. I mean, even on the thing that I put Shankopotamus because like you have. I mean, it's there.
It's right there. It's
How do you
right
not?
there. Yeah. No, I do. I would like to see him in like a final group. You know how they like announce the groupings as you're coming along, and then like just to have people turn their heads and be like, was his name Shank?
What? Or if he has a bad shot, he literally shanks one. He'd be like, well,
There you go.
it was time.
Yeah. So
He had a good run.
too obvious of a joke there.
We had some good names though.
Smylin Shank. Yeah,
love-
it's gonna be hard to beat that.
Yeah,
And we're coming off of a John Daly recently too.
that's true. Yeah,
So-
good old JD.
Yeah.
All right,
And who knows what the U.S. Open will have to offer because you get a handful of amateurs and you get like all these,
I know.
all weird
Yeah.
kind of players that you've never heard of before. So
Yeah, I'm excited.
It should be fun. Yeah.
Are we good?
Oh well, let's see. I read that Brandon Matthews got a win on the Latin Tour,
He did. That's the second one.
so that's one of our locals. So that's why we want to bring him up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. He birdied, I think, 3 of the last 4.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, this could get him to the Corn Ferry Tour before we know it.
Yeah. I think, because he's number 1 in the Latin America Tour, so it might give him some exemptions into Corn Ferry events.
Okay,
So that should be good.
that's awesome. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, NEPA represent.
Let's go. All right.
All right,
good.
moving on to the turn. Yeah,
Turn it.
I don't know what we have prepared. I hope you have a question or,
All right, so
or
my
an
first
idea.
was actually a pretty funny story.
Oh, that's right. All right, I'll sit back here.
So I was giving a lesson the other day to this kid, and I'll say he was like 8 years old.
Okay.
So he's young. And besides like the normal conversation, like, oh, this is my favorite golf ball. I like this tee the most. Like just like kid things that
Sure.
they really enjoy about golf.
Uh-huh.
You're like,
Things that you've forgotten that you enjoyed, like
right, like, oh, this is my favorite tee.
yeah.
It's super simple. And you're like,
I used to think that way.
yeah. And his favorite superhero, and all that normal stuff. He was like, "Oh, who's your favorite golfer?" So I deflected a little. I want to know his answer first,
Okay.
and I go, "What is it, Ricky?" Because that was a safe bet. Ricky's a safe bet
For kids.
yeah,
Yeah. Although I think that it was a safer bet 10 years ago
that's true.
rather than now. I think he's going more forgotten by the wayside for
That's
the
probably
youth.
true. And then
Yeah.
I went Rory,
Uh-huh.
which was a big no.
Big time now. Okay.
And then I go, all right, well, it's got to be Tiger.
It's got to be Bryson for the kid.
No, I go, it's got to be Tiger.
You would hope.
I would hope.
Yeah.
No chance. Do you know what he said?
I was going to guess Bryson.
Brooks.
Brooks Koepka. Really?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, man, I was kind of
For an
floored.
for an 8-year-old, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
For a 13-year-old, I do.
And I was like, bandwagoner, come on.
Well, no.
I see him win those majors. I gotta like him.
Yeah.
So maybe. And so he goes. So then he asked me again. He goes, "Who's mine?" And I go, "Bryson." And you know what he said?
Huh?
"Who's that?"
What?
Yeah. I was like, "Lesson's over, bud. Go home. We're done. Had enough of your shit."
Yeah.
How do you not know who Bryson is?
If he knows who Brooks is, he certainly knows who Bryson is.
Right. He had no freaking clue.
That's wild.
Yeah, I was floored. The whole scenario.
Hey, you've heard kids will say the darndest things.
Yeah, clearly. They
Right.
don't know who Bryson is. Pfft,
Yeah.
get out of here.
I hate to believe that he's actually your favorite, though. You still like Tiger more.
I don't even know if a Tiger would be my. It's hard to say that Tiger.
Come on, remember back in the days. Like,
Oh yeah.
we're getting
for
ready
sure.
to talk about the 2008 U.S. Open.
Of course.
So, just
It's-
remember
it's
how.
gonna happen.
Yeah, remember that.
I just think now, of like active golfers, Bryson's for sure. I just like him.
Yeah, no, we
I think
we
he's
realize that.
I think he's the most interesting and polarizing, and I
you just dig that.
love it.
Yeah,
So that's my favorite.
that's okay. That's pretty good.
Oh, so the other part of it was What is your shoe size so I could order those square shoes?
Oh, 9.5. Yeah,
Think we safe at 9.5.
I think we would be safe at 9.5.
Alright.
Because sometimes I go 9 for golf shoes if I want them to be, if I don't want to be moving around in there. But they're squares, so these blocks should have some kind of room to give.
I assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll know when we get them.
Well, yeah. Oh god.
And honestly, I'm just banking on.
I haven't even looked them up. I don't know what they look like.
I'm just banking on these being stupid.
Yeah. I hope they give me 30 extra yards.
I'm just because I want to talk a lot of shit about them.
Yeah.
About how stupid they are.
Right, because we haven't done that enough.
Right.
So
I've only said it almost every episode, every round.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, fuck those shoes. Like I'm just like waiting for more.
I'm excited for them.
That's my big one. All right, so I do actually have a regular golf shoe question.
Okay.
What's your like style of golf shoe that you prefer? Because there's a lot of options.
Are there?
Yeah, there's a bajillion options.
Yeah.
We'll start spikes or spikeless.
The ones I'm wearing right now do not have spikes on them. No, they just have this
Nubbies.
pattern on the bottom.
Little nubbies.
Yeah, but it's like the whole surface. It's not like
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so little nubbies.
I
don't know if I like them more, but that's what I'm using right now. And I've got a pair that has spikes on, like rubber spikes on them. And
the ones that twist on and off. Like if you wear them out,
right? Yeah,
pop a new set in there. And
correct.
You're good
Yeah,
to go.
I don't wear those as often, but
Okay.
if my other ones are like wet or something like that, that's when I'll put the other ones on.
And I think I liked the spike shoes so much
Yeah.
when I was growing up. It was just like the norm.
Oh, it was cool too. Like the sound was good.
Yeah. Like they weren't like squishy. They were
It
like
was
crunchy.
it was like clickety clack a little bit too.
Yeah, they
like,
weren't because they're not the metal ones.
Right now, I'm going like way back. Yeah.
Oh, metal ones. I almost bought it, but this is a random story. I was in Boston at this like, I wouldn't say it's antique but kind of an antique store, but it was like a high class one,
Yeah.
and they had a pair of leather golf shoes with like 6 metal spikes, and that was like the only thing in the bottom of the shoe.
Okay.
Just like 6 individual spikes
Wow.
placed around the shoe, and I was like, God, I wish I had that. Even
Those
now, I'm like, I should have bought those shoes
Right.
just to have them.
Yeah.
I could never
Just to have
wear
like a
them.
relic. Yeah.
Yeah, like put them on a shelf.
I was playing around yesterday with someone who had this monstrosity of a putter. Like it was called the Ogre. It was so goddamn funny looking. Like it was huge. It was
I
like
was watching the LPGA, and there was I don't know who it was. I never caught the name. Her putter looked, no joke, 4 times bigger than the normal putter.
yeah. This thing it was twice as wide as mine.
Yeah, it was probably.
It was like because we like measured them like next to each other. It was wild. It, like I took a putt with it. I felt like I was steering a boat with this thing. It was like wild. If you can look up Ogre putter.
The Ogre?
Yeah, like and it's like on the bottom of it, it's got this picture of a monster. It was so fucking funny. I loved it. And yeah, my buddy Jesse, shout out to Jesse Coop. He bought it for $1, you know. And on the first
at a yard sale?
it was like
Okay.
a yard sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I mean the thing it's old too.
Okay.
And on the first hole, people were noticing and being like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I got it for $1," and we're like, "You got ripped off." Like, so
Right.
they didn't give you $1 to take that off their hands, and then like, you know, you have a couple beers and you're just laughing, and eventually it's the best putter you've ever seen, and like, I want that thing. I'll give you $80 for it. And it's like, you can't. I don't even know if you can. You can hit a straight putt with it, but you got to do your work. He knocked in like a 12, 14 footer to start off the day, and we're like, "Oh, it was worth every penny."
Yeah. For $1, you got it. You got your money's worth.
Yeah,
You're safe.
Yeah, if you're listening, you have your iPhone with you. Look up the Ogre putter. It's so fucking funny.
That's a good one. But
Yeah.
that was funny because I meant to actually write this down because I was like, this putter is massive.
Yeah, this thing was a mammoth. Every now and then I would just start cracking up when we were standing on like a green. It was wild.
Well, at least you're not going to miss the ball.
You couldn't.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
good for like putting yips. If you're
Yeah.
afraid you're just going to like, flip,
Right,
flip,
yeah.
missed it. Nope. Don't worry. I got a 2x4 down there.
Yeah.
Shoes. Back to shoes. We sidetracked a little bit.
Right.
Did you go like a waterproof, non-waterproof?
I've got waterproof. Yeah.
Because there's like the G4 shoes. There's the ones that have they're almost like a sock.
Oh, sure.
They're spikeless. They have like these little like wavy things at the bottom
Huh.
as your grip. But then it's basically just a sock with laces. And I have a pair and I love them.
Huh. It seems wild.
They're very airy, but
Yeah.
they are not waterproof.
Oh, right. Yeah, so you got to know it's a nice day. And
You have to
it hadn't rained in like a week.
Yeah, and honestly, like I'm in the shop most of the time when I'm wearing them, so like I don't really care if it's raining or not. Like
Right.
I'm inside wearing them.
So you're wearing shoes while you're like golf shoes while you're inside, not on the course.
Right, so that's why I don't really even bother with spiked.
Yeah. And are you doing that because you could be called out to the course at any moment? And
I think at some point I probably was.
yeah.
I would do that, but now it's mostly, like we sell those shoes, so I'll wear them.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
I just feel like it would be weird to be walking around indoors with spikes on.
Yeah. Well, they're spikeless shoes,
Yeah,
so they are golf shoes, but they're spikeless.
Okay,
golf.
so
and they have the little nubs, but I mean, like I have a pair of Vans that I wear that are not like your traditional slip-on Vans.
Uh-huh.
I wear those a lot. Mostly those in the G4s because they're really airy. Because if you wear like a waterproof shoe, they just like trap heat.
Oh, sure.
And
If it's muggy and yeah, you don't like that.
And I'm wearing them for 6 to 8 hours a day, and I was like, my feet are hot.
Right. You want to let those puppies breathe.
Yeah. It's like a sauna in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I try to avoid that if all possible. Try to avoid the waterproof because I've had a couple pairs of Adidas that I love.
I've got an Adidas set. Yeah.
Yeah, they're spikeless, and I think I have minimum 5 pairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I've only got 2 pairs. And I've had both of them for years.
Yeah, I've had these for a really, really long time, like at least 5 years.
Yeah.
But I just like the way they were built, where they have the tongue is like attached with the little elastic, so you really don't have to tie them. They're tied.
Okay. Right.
But it's such a loose tie that they're slip-ons at that point.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah. See, I know players that like that kind of comfort, but
Yeah, I'm in that boat.
okay.
Or we could go shoeless. Would you go shoeless?
Oh, absolutely. I would, but not if I was in any serious situation.
Well, that's gonna be one of our factors.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We're gonna go shoeless, spiked, spikeless,
Square shoe.
square shoe.
Yeah.
That's a big-
It's gonna be a long day for me.
Yeah, well, you could hit like 5 with each shoe on.
I know it's not. I know it's not gonna be that.
It
long.
could literally take 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long day.
Yeah. When 0 is your baseline, 10 minutes
10.
is
Yes.
a lot.
Yes. It's hefty.
10 minutes more than I'm used to.
Exactly. Yes.
Perfect.
All right. So I'm excited to move to the back because I want to talk about Torrey Pines.
We'll go to Torrey. Where am I going to go?
Good.
Go to the back 9. We're going to Torrey.
Torrey Pines is a public course.
Torrey.
If you're a resident of San Diego, you can play this track for like $30 at twilight.
Think about how great that would be.
Yeah, you can do 18 holes with a cart for like $65 if you're a resident there. It's $202 for a non-resident,
Oof.
which is,
Honestly, not that bad.
it's not that bad. Like a lot of public tracks that get PGA events are around that. So we're talking about like that Bethpage Black that I'm looking to do this year. I think it's probably around that, maybe even a little less. But you can only walk at Bethpage, and you're probably going to want to get a caddy if you want to have a good day out there.
Yeah.
So things add up, but it's also worth it to be at a place like that. However, that being said, Torrey Pines I've heard is like a dog track most of the time.
Oh, really?
So like right now it's going to be pristine because they're preparing for the U.S. Open, but I've heard that it's like like the quality of the course when you're on it. You're going to have some beautiful views because you're in San Diego on the ocean there.
Right.
But I was really surprised to hear that when someone said that to me.
I guess it makes sense. Like, it probably cost them a fortune
to maintain.
with the amount of play. Like they have to have a stacked tee sheet every day.
Oh, probably, yeah.
It's San Diego. It's
Right.
not like you get bad weather.
Right, exactly.
And
Like
even if it's
12
bad-
months a year, you're going to have people playing it.
From sunrise to sunset, just
Oh, yeah.
non-stop.
Right. Especially if it is that cheap for a resident of the city.
Yeah, you probably have people calling every day. Can I get the 6 o'clock? Like, yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah.
Call every fucking day. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's got to be jam-packed all the time. And
Yeah, which is probably a little much
right.
for like the staff to deal with it. I'm sure they have like a crazy amount of staff there too.
Oh, I'm sure they do as nice with it as they can.
Yeah, that's like Pine
For the
Hills.
most part. Oh, yeah.
Like Pine Hills is packed, like in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
Like people are like, "What? Snow melt? All right, go on out." Like that place is jammed.
Yeah, they try.
Well, I mean, good for them.
Right.
Which is just interesting that they could have a U.S. Open quality golf course for like a week.
Right.
You know, they're like,
It's worth it, though. It's
sure.
worth it. Especially if you get a U.S. Open like they did the last time they held it there.
little breezy. You're going like weather.
No, I'm going with just
Quality
the
of
finish. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
quality of play.
and like, I mean, I would say that it's my favorite U.S. Open that I've ever seen.
Ooh.
The 2008 U.S. Open where Tiger defeated Rocco Mediate in a playoff.
On a leg.
On one leg, yeah, because he had a broken knee.
Yeah.
It fractured or
Whatever he did.
stress fractures or whatever you want to call it. He's got 2 of those in his knee. Can't play. He goes over on day 1. Through half of his Friday round, he's like 3 or 4 over, pretty much out of it. Shoots 30 on the back. Well, on the front, I should say, because it was his. He started on the back that day.
Right.
Shoots 30 on the front 9 to get back in. And then he gets 2 eagles on Saturday. Rocco Mediate is playing better than he has in 6 years. He's 45 years old, ranked 158th in the world at the time.
Feeling good.
Feeling good. God damn, like makes it to a playoff, which is at that time it was a 18 hole.
hole.
Yeah. And that goes into a playoff.
Well, and it was funny
Like-
the video of Tiger making the putt on 18.
Oh, which every golf fan has seen.
Yeah.
Like, on his 72nd hole.
And I remember Rocco going.
Oh, he knew it.
I knew he'd make it.
I knew he'd make that, yeah. He's like, and he also said no one else would have made it. There's
Right.
no other golfer in the world that would have made that just based on the pressure and the situation.
Yeah.
And Tiger drains it, has one of the best celebrations you've ever seen on a golf course.
That was a good celebration.
It
between
was.
him and
Stevie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
because
was.
they've had some bad ones.
Sure.
they've
Well,
had
when
some-
when you've had so many opportunities, you're gonna fuck up a couple of
Yeah.
them. You know.
A couple like missed high five.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
High five, hug. Like, what are we doing?
What do we-
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. And no one cares, you know. But when you have, that kind of reaction, and that birdie, he wasn't playing that hole well. I mean, it's a par 5. He drives into a bunker, then he splashes that out into the right hand rough. So he's like 100 or so out in the rough, which is thick as fuck on U.S. Open conditions.
Mhm.
And he stuffs it in there to like 15 feet or so.
Yeah. Enough.
Just absolutely incredible.
Enough of a distance where it's like, oh, it's not a gimme.
No, I mean it wasn't even close to being a gimme because those greens aren't anything easy too. I mean, I was watching some footage and you see people missing, 4-footers,
Oh, yeah.
3, 2.5, just because the slopes and situations were really tough.
And it depends on what they do with the U.S. Open because they could go. I remember like Chambers Bay where they just like burnt the fairways and it was just
Everything was brown and patchy and
they're like bouncing. They're
Yeah.
like playing basketball with the golf ball,
Right.
walking down the fairway. They're dribbling down the fairway.
Oh, that's where Dustin Johnson like 3-putted on the 72nd,
Yeah, where
right?
Spieth ended up winning.
Yeah. Oh, that was Chambers Bay. That was like up in Wisconsin or something like that. Minnesota.
No, Seattle.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was like part of my run where I. Bless you.
Thank you.
Sneeze so hard, knocked the microphone over. But that was on a run where Like I was in Pennsylvania for Marion, and then the next
were you?
year I was in North Carolina for.
Oh, you didn't go to any of these,
I
but
didn't
you were just
actually-
in the state of
I
each
was
one.
in the state, and then the next year was.
You were
Chambers-
in Washington.
Yep, and I was back in Washington,
Oh,
and then
that's-
the year after that I think it was Oakmont,
And you were here.
and I was here.
Oh, that's
and then
awesome.
That was the end.
Nice.
That was the end of my run.
That's
of
so sweet.
Being in the state, because I think they went to Wisconsin that year. I think that was the Whistling Straits.
Okay.
It was like right around that time.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Now,
Anyway.
yeah. So Rocco Mediate, he's a Pennsylvania guy, and he's just like a fun dude, just like a nice guy. He's laughing, like when they went. He shows up on Monday wearing tiger red and black.
Which is so.
It's such a good move, like Tiger. He couldn't believe it. He's like, "Are you kidding me? Look what he's wearing."
Yeah.
And
And if you're having fun with it,
they were having fun too. The two, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you plan this? And they're walking off the first tee, laughing together on that Monday morning.
yeah, which is awesome. Like
Yeah, and because you wouldn't expect Tiger giggling and laughing like that, but when they were on 16, and Rocco had just had 3 birdies in a row, like it's all business. Like they're tied. It's Rocco was out of it 2 or 3 separate times in this tournament. And he just kept crawling his way back, and he just did everything he could. And these are the reasons why it's my favorite U.S. Open I've ever seen.
I mean, it might be worth a watch. If
Yeah.
anyone wants to, just go. Probably on YouTube. You could probably YouTube. that.
I mean, how do you think I have all this information? I
That's
watched it
true.
today. Like Tiger versus Rocco on YouTube is
On the
worth a watch.
YouTubes.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and I wonder, like I was saying, I wonder if how the greens. Obviously, the rough's going to be difficult. Fairway's going to be tight.
Yeah, and they finished at even, I believe.
Yeah, which is crazy. Because,
That's a U.S. Open score though. It should be that way.
Yeah. But you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it going as low as 5,
Yeah, 5 or that 5-6, like
maybe.
or-
Conditions would have to be good, and
yeah, like is someone going to go in the double digits and just run away with it?
I sure hope not.
Yeah.
That is not good for U.S. Open to have those types of numbers. Like, I like people in black figures trying to go for the red and not getting there.
And I think it brings a lot of
And you'll see someone go 600 on Thursday,
right. You'll have that's what.
but
I mean,
then
like, you'll have that
they'll
day.
slowly start fading back. If everything goes the way I want it to go, that's what you're gonna see.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Is like, do you have that thing where someone just goes low and they just like hold on to it?
Yeah.
Where they go like even. Well, didn't Rose do that pretty recently? He didn't. I don't think he won. Oh, Masters.
His last win, or
Was it at the Masters where he shot like crazy low and he just like held on to it for a couple days and then he ended up losing? But
Oh, no, I don't
I
recall.
think it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It was definitely during the time of us doing this because we had talked about it. I was like, man, he just had to shoot even for 3 days.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I thought you
Or
were
right
talking. I
around
thought you were
that.
talking about like a major
No.
a while ago, but this was recently. Yeah.
Yeah. Within the last 15 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, a lot of it runs together for me, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so good fact. Torrey Pines, do you know where it's named after?
The trees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a rare
it's
pine
the type of tree, right? Yeah.
It's a rare pine tree, the
Yeah.
Torreana. Pinus torreana.
Okay. Yeah, and when you see them, you know what you're looking.
They're literally in 2 locations. Santa Rosa Island off the coast of Santa Barbara and in San Diego within Torrey Pines State
Okay.
Reserve,
Oh, cool.
which is wild.
Yeah.
Just like a little pocket of trees. It's like, yep, that's it. We're only growing here.
I mean, you probably could get them to go to other places, but
Maybe, maybe not.
yeah,
I'm going to grow in my backyard.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Never know.
Yeah, give it a shot.
We need some salt water. I'll have to like spray it with salt water every day.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I probably wouldn't. That's probably why it would die.
Well, they're
over-
pines, so there's the needles. Are those the? Oh, they have these little burrs. Like, I don't even know what to.
I'm gonna look at them a little more closely.
Yeah,
now.
well, they have like cones, because pine
Yeah.
cones. Yeah, like that's their seeds.
Yeah.
So,
And then William P. Bell,
that's our architect.
original design, and then his son completed it. It actually opened in 1957.
Okay.
Has 2 18-hole golf courses.
You sound surprised by that.
I don't know. I just felt like it was longer ago.
Oh,
But the West Coast, starts a little later.
Right.
The East Coast courses are like 18 something, and then a lot of the
Well, yeah, I mean,
West Coast didn't get
yeah,
as big.
yeah,
Took
because
a
I
couple
mean
years.
that wasn't developing until like 1849. The gold rush over there in California was
We were already building golf
1940s or
courses.
1840s. Yeah, exactly. Like there's already
Yeah.
the golf world had been started over here by
Yeah.
then.
And there was a lot of different designers, and I'm not going to list them all, but the last one was Reese Jones,
Oh yeah, we're familiar with Reese Boy.
2001. Yeah. And then they got obviously it worked out because they've gotten a lot of events.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not like a ton, right?
No, but I mean like to get what was it? 2008, obviously the U.S. Open, and then now this U.S. Open.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're getting any U.S. Open ever.
Yeah, it's
LPGA,
it says something.
Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're getting an event.
Yeah, and I think they held like Buick Invitationals before that too.
Yeah, which makes sense. Tiger was a big Buick guy,
Yeah.
and he likes Tory.
Yeah. Phil got his exemption, even though he doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, he tried to give it to Ricky.
That's not how it works.
No.
I wondered if that was just a joke I was reading, or did they actually try and do that?
I think someone said like, "Oh, Phil doesn't need his exemption anymore,"
and he's like, "I'll bequeath it to Ricky."
He was just like, "Yeah, give it to Ricky."
Yeah, and like Ricky was like, "I accept. I'll take it. I'd love
He's
to be
gonna
there."
show up on the first tee one at like 7 a.m. and be like, "Well, Phil
told me I could play."
Phil gave me the exemption that he was gonna take. So
Yeah.
I'm in, right? No.
Yeah, it sucks that these. I was looking at the field today to see if Ricky actually got in, and I was bummed to see that
So
it was all.
He had to
For
go
non-
into a qualifier.
Oh right, yeah. And there's some big names that actually got in through qualifying.
Yeah, well, there was a lot that didn't make it.
Oh yeah,
because Ricky, he missed the playoff to be in the to qualify. He missed that by a shot, and then I think he like got knocked out of the thing where you could be like an alternate.
yeah,
But like he would have been like 15th alternate, so I was like,
So
you're never
would've-
getting in.
right.
Keegan Bradley, Jason Day, Brent Snedeker, Lucas Glover, Tringali, and honorable mention to Keith Mitchell
Oh yeah, nice.
also did not make the cut.
Bummer.
So they all did not make it to Torrey.
Right.
And I think like Ricky and Keegan were at the same spot trying to qualify
Uh-huh.
in like Ohio.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like random places. Just like, well, you're not getting in. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it ain't easy getting in.
No.
Can't be.
No.
You know?
I mean, even like the section qualifier, like the local, then the sectionals and regional, whatever the steps are. I mean, those, you just have to have a hell of a day for like 6 days.
Right.
You know, like you play once and then like a month later you're going to play again.
And yeah, you just got to be spot on each and every time.
Yeah, and it's the way those things are, it's one day. You just have to go as low, like fire at pins, just go low. Like you have to shoot.
You have to be aggressive in those situations because otherwise,
You're gonna have to shoot like 5-6 under.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how the courses are set up and all that shit. But
granted that's true, but yeah, it's
someone's going low.
yeah, you can't go out there and shoot even and expect to continue and
Right.
what's the word I'm looking for here? Advance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not moving.
Survive
on.
and advance. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not doing that shooting even par in a lot of.
No,
these
you're not.
things. I know, like Country Club of Scranton, when we hosted one in 2013, and it was like the highest of all the first round scores in the country. We were the highest.
Oh, is that right?
76 or 77 got in. So like 5 and 6 over
Damn.
moved you on.
That's pretty cool. That says something about your club.
Well, I think it was a combination of like wind,
Who was in?
Wind,
there
rain.
was. Yeah.
Course drying out a little more than they wanted to, and things getting a little too crazy.
A little tricky. Yeah.
A little over the top on the trickiness. And
Which is what the USGA likes to do at US
there's-
Opens.
yeah.
But
That is
maybe
true.
not the qualifiers as much as the actual event, right?
Yeah. Maybe if we had Keegan and Ricky there, it'd be like, all right, we could test these guys.
Yeah.
But when it's just like a bunch of local dudes,
Yeah.
although actually Brendan Matthews was one of them that made it,
Oh, cool.
so he made it through. But
Nice.
so he was an amateur at that point. Do you think any amateur has a shot of winning?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Well, it could happen.
Right, in some parallel universe.
Right, yeah. Like no one would have expected Rocco Mediate to be where he was. But things can happen.
Yeah,
He was number 158 in the world, you know?
Exactly.
And then an amateur is further down the tier than that.
Much further.
Yeah. So it
Well, and,
can happen, but it does not happen because
And no one was
that's
expecting-
4 days in a row.
No one's expecting Garrick to be winning the Palmetto.
No, but well,
He's been playing well.
yeah,
I think he's won 3 of the last 6 events he's played in.
yeah, I think there is something going on there, but he's just like he wasn't exposed to like the American audience until now.
Yeah.
So that's what that comes down to. He will be in the U.S. Open. He had already qualified for it previous to this week.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, the other Wilco Niambar,
Mhm.
or whatever the pronunciation of that is, he's also going to be there. So watch out for the South Africans, maybe. You know, Charles Schwartzel
Louis.
also got in.
Is Louis? Louis got
He
100% Louis.
Yeah, Louis in. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so should be some exciting stuff there. Do you have a pick for this coming week? I'm really high on Colin Morikawa for this year's event.
Ooh, you're going Colin.
Yeah.
I knew I'm not picking Cameron Champ. He's playing like dog shit lately. Do I pick Bryson again? I think in my pool I'm going to pick Bryson because I basically always do.
Yeah.
At least in that like top tier.
Oh, I'm so strong on Colin Morikawa that I'm picking him in every one of my both my
you're
pools
going.
and here, and I'm just I'm putting a lot of eggs into his basket.
I don't know if they're in the same thing, but I might go. I'm going to go Tommy.
Tommy Fleetwood, yeah.
I would love to see
He's not
him.
having a good year. I don't
don't
trust
care.
him now. I thought he was going to have a hell of a year, and then it hasn't developed into anything.
I'm
So
still picking him.
I think that's a bad choice, but you go ahead and do it.
Hey, I got second place last week. I'm back, baby.
Tyrell Hatton,
Yeah.
second place?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he was tied for second. He was down by a shot.
Wow.
Yeah, he only lost by 1.
Oh, boy. Yeah, yeah.
That wasn't good.
And I missed the cut, too.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's so funny because like you see Brooksy in there, and it's just like, God, do you pick him? Like he played like such shit last week.
He played like yeah, but it wasn't a major.
I know.
And
but
you
it doesn't
revert
matter.
back to he's injured, but then on the PGA, did that matter? No, it didn't matter.
Not at all.
He should have won that tournament.
Yeah. In all honesty, you're probably right.
Yeah.
He should have.
And I expect him to go top 5 this week.
Ooh,
I honestly do.
Brooksy.
Yeah,
All right.
but I just like Colin Morikawa going top 1 this week.
Top.
Also known as champion.
numero uno.
Yes.
Oh, anyway, so the reason I brought up the amateur thing, the last amateur to win a major. Do you know how long ago it was?
No, I don't know that. But can I take a guess?
Yeah,
though?
go for it.
Okay,
Let's
like
see.
1919.
That was not that far off. 1933.
Okay.
Johnny Goodman.
John Goodman, yeah.
John Goodman was the last one to win a major.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, how crazy is that? That not one has won since 1933. It's almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
We're pushing the hundo. It was the last time an amateur has won a major.
Yeah. Well,
I thought Bryson could have done it when he played the Masters. It was the last event I think he played before he turned pro. And because he had the lead, he was playing well, and I was like, and I picked him, and I was pumped.
yeah. It can happen, but it doesn't happen.
No, it's not. It's not going.
It's
to.
not going to.
What do you think about Phil this week?
I don't. I did expect him to play well at Torrey. Yeah, he knows
I
it
do
well
too.
enough. I did want to bring up, and I don't know why this came to my head now, but I'm disappointed that Tiger won't be joining the broadcast because he was invited to
Yeah, I heard
to
that.
join, and he declined.
But that was a big fuck you. I don't care right now. I don't.
It is, yeah. He wants to focus on other things, but it would have been fun to hear him talk about that 2008 championship.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if him.
He
and
said
Ricky-
afterwards that it may have been his best tournament ever.
That's pretty.
Is
wild.
what he said, and like that was his 14th major. He had won like 65 times or something by that point, and he said it was his best tournament ever, and
That's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
pretty good.
Thanks, Larry David.
Yeah. I don't know. Lee Westwood made a good appearance that year too.
Oh, he's married, by the way.
Oh, has he? Did they
They're
made the
officially-
plunge?
Yeah, they're officially married.
Oh, he followed your suit. I've been meaning to say congrats to Zach and
Oh, yeah.
Amy on getting married for about like 2 months now.
Yeah.
I remember the episode or the round after you guys did it. I intended on bringing it up. Next week I intended to, never got around to it, and here we are.
Literally months-
Congratulations! Yeah,
months later.
yeah.
Yeah, they went to. I saw that they were at like a Vegas hockey game,
Okay.
and then like the next picture he put up was like, "Not just here for the hockey."
Oh, so they got in married in
Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Hey,
I wonder if they did it at one of those little
like with
little,
Elvis.
little tiny chapels. Yeah, or like an Elvis impersonator. Yeah,
That'd be perfect.
that would be pretty good. Yeah, because if you're gonna get married in Vegas,
looks fancy.
you don't do like a lavish type of, do you? Or
I mean, I guess if you're Lee Westwood, you could afford it.
I guess you do. I mean, well, you know what? I think also that Vegas is a different town than it was 20 years ago.
And beyond, and
Yeah.
back even further.
Yeah.
It's probably a little more commercialized and a little more.
Yeah, there's really nice stuff in there as well as some of your dingy kind of
Yeah.
watch out for that kind of stuff, you know?
Another shout out to Vegas that Garrick was a graduate of UNLV.
Oh, who's he?
What?
The Running Rebels?
Yeah.
That's UNLV. Okay. Garrick.
So the other question is, do they pair Bryson and Brooks together?
Just because of the humor in it, and
Yeah.
they would get more viewers if they did that.
Yeah. Or do you just go, nope, we're just gonna pray that these two are in the final group on Sunday.
Right, yeah, you want to hope that they naturally get paired together rather than forcing it upon you. I don't like the forcing it.
Right.
I just hope it naturally
I hope
happens.
it's the latter of the two, and they just happen to get paired together.
Yeah.
Even if they're not in the final group,
Right, yeah.
I would prefer the final group. I hope it's like even
Without
if it's
question.
like just the two of them.
Right.
Like they're at 10 under, and everyone
Everyone
else is
else
at
is at 3, or
they're,
yeah.
like even par.
Right.
They got like a 10-shot lead. It's just the two of them. It's just going to be basically video of those two playing golf. All 18 holes on Sunday would be awesome.
I think a lot of people would enjoy that.
Oh, it'd be great.
I think a lot of people would like that.
There'd be some conspiracy theories though. If those two end up being like well in front of everyone else,
Oh,
it's
of
just
course.
like, oh great. Now
You think you think that they'd be cheating? Is that what you're saying? Or other people would be throwing the tournament? Bullshit. No.
no, I wouldn't throw it.
I think golf is the last sport where you
So
see
hard.
cheating. Like it has the most honest players
Yeah, one of
because
the
they call themselves on penalties.
And there was a guy that I think he ended up withdrawing, but he called a penalty on himself, and he ended up with like a 10-shot penalty.
Oh, so this past week,
Yeah,
10-shot. He accidentally used the wrong ball.
right. Because it was in a hazard. And
He-
he took
he-
a drop, so he ended up playing a different type
Different
of
ball.
ball.
And he picked up. I forget who the player
Was it
even
Pat
was.
Perez?
He picked up Pat Perez's ball.
Yeah.
Because they were both on the putting green beforehand. He
Yeah.
just thought it was his, but it was
Like a low spin.
It was a low spin ball, so it had a dot on it that he didn't recognize, and that's how he realized. And so he called it on himself. If he didn't call it on himself, nobody would have known.
No.
You know, it
Not a
never
chance.
would have come up. So that's one really nice thing about golf is that you don't have to worry about, the Astros banging on trash cans and stealing signs and that kind of stuff, or steroids. And well, maybe people did
Maybe
use
steroids.
steroids, maybe, yeah, but I don't
There's
know.
a couple people that withdrew that it could have been, and I don't know who it was. McNeil, Hensby, or McLaughlin. It was one of those three, and I honestly don't really know which one.
Yeah.
I might be able to find out, actually.
I'm not sure. My damn brother is texting me and giving me problems right now. So
What?
relax, Tony.
Is he watching?
No, he's not. He's trying to get in touch with me, and I'm not available right now. So
Suck on that, Tony. I wonder... Man, I really wish I knew who this guy was. But, like, props to him. Oh, I think it was Hensby.
then sounds
Because he
about
had a
right.
really bad run of holes, but he also compounded that with adding, like...
2 strokes to each one that he played.
Yeah.
For 5 holes. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it was this little stretch from, like, 3 to 8. on day one.
Yeah, and I did remember there was an H in the guy's name, so
All right.
you're probably onto something. But
Hensby, props to you.
yeah, all right,
He's our guy.
you're on our team now. But I mean, we can finish it on that. I don't have much else.
No, we'll just go watch the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day coming up. Yeah.
I think that's all I got.
Yeah. Let's finish off with our service announcement.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Move over and slow down. If you see something happening on the side of the road, move over to the other side of the road. And if you can't get over, slow down to at least 20 under the speed limit, turn on your hazards, just basically get out of the way and slow down. It's not that difficult. It's a whole 5 seconds of your life, and you'll save someone's life. Anything else?
That'll do it. Sweet.
Peace.
See you.